If you're looking for your very first instructional design role, and as you're reading through some of the job descriptions, you're seeing 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years of instructional design experience required, you might find yourself thinking, how do I get experience for this job if I need this job to get experience, to have experience for the job? And if you've thought that, you are not alone. Whether you realize it or not, you already have some of the skills needed to actually create and gain some instructional design experience. So in this video, we're going to talk about 4 different ways that you can get instructional design experience without an actual instructional design job. The first way that you can get instructional design experience is actually at your current role. If you're currently working at a gym, at a school, at another tech company, there's always going to be some sort of process or workflow or onboarding for new hires that could be improved or even created from scratch. You can approach this in 2 ways. The first is you can actually just create training materials or a job aid or a tutorial video for those workflows or processes that actually might need to be documented and trained on. Or you can reach out to someone who is actually in charge of training or development, HR, and offer to build those training materials for that department. Either way, you're going to get experience identifying a gap, creating training materials to close that gap, and really get experience in starting to think about how we can incorporate instructional design principles to create various instructional design assets or training materials. So the second way to get instructional design experience without an instructional design role is to reach out to local volunteer organizations to see if they need any training materials or onboarding materials for the new volunteers as they're signing up and onboarding to become volunteers. Nonprofits might not be focusing on that onboarding material, which is, getting the folks familiar with the different systems and processes and workflows that they would need to join and volunteer at the nonprofit. So you could be the person that creates it, documents it, and makes it really digestible for new volunteers. The third way that you can get instructional design experience is to take an existing project that you've worked on at work and turn it into an instructional design project. Let's say that you're introducing a new software during a professional development or to your team, and you've created a few slides. Here's an overview of this new software, here's how much it costs, and this is when we're gonna start using it. You can actually take that presentation and turn it into an instructional design project, whether it's a course or a job aid or a video tutorial, where you're actually breaking down how to use the software, how best to use it, tips for troubleshooting, etc. This is a great way to use what you already have as a starting point, create additional training materials, and get that instructional design experience. And lastly, the fourth way that you can get instructional design experience without an instructional design job is to ask a friend in another industry about a training pain point or a workflow pain point that they have at their company, and then build that solution for them. Like I said, this could be a job aid or a graphic or some sort of training course, or it could even be a little video. If you have a friend that manages a restaurant, you could create the onboarding video for the new hosts or hostesses that they hire. You could create training materials to help them upskill various roles at the restaurant to a higher position. Get creative. And as a bonus idea for how you can get instructional design experience without an instructional design job is you can go on freelancing platforms like Fiverr or Upwork, or even LinkedIn now has a freelancing platform, and see if folks need some sort of one-off instructional design, curriculum developer, e-learning developer project completed. Apply for it, see if you can get it, and honestly, you probably are more qualified than you realize, so it's worth taking a shot. All this to say, there are tons of ways that you can get instructional design experience without actually having an instructional design role. I will say that as you're building, make sure that you're referencing best instructional design principles. I can link some of my favorite books as reference down below in case you're curious. If you have other ideas on how to get instructional design experience without an instructional design job, please leave them in the comments down below. I'll also leave my entire instructional design job search playlist down below. It's now at almost like 30 videos, and I've organized them into a full instructional design job search playlist. I think you'll find it very useful. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.